My name is Shafika, and I am a migrant worker from Indonesia and also a member of Migrant Writers of Singapore. It's with great pleasure to be here with all of you, and I will be your host for this segment. Firstly, I would like to thank Suchi Humanistic Youth Center and One Bag One Boot for supporting this event. The objective of this event is to elaborate the importance of mental health, which will affect everyone and not only migrant workers, especially during the current COVID-19 pandemic. And today, we are honored to have the presence of Mr. Louis Ng, Member of Parliament for Ng Choon GRC, to grace our event. Let us give him a warm welcome of applause. With us in this afternoon, we also have Mr. Zakir Khokan, founder of One Bag One Boot and also team leader of Migrant Writers of Singapore. And we also have Ms. Lim Choon Choon, Center Manager of Suchi Humanistic Youth Center. Without further ado, let us put our hands together to welcome Mr. Zakir Khokan to give us a welcome speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Inaugural Mental Health Awareness and Wellbeing Festival, organized by Migrant Writers of Singapore and supported by Suchi Humanistic Youth Center and One Bag One Boot. The first Mental Health Awareness and Wellbeing Festival become brighter shines brightly thanks to all participants, performers, and especially the presence of guest of honor, Mr. Louis, Member of Parliament, Ng Choon GRC, Ng Choon East. I recall that when I was infected by COVID-19, he often texted me to see how I was recovering. His care of migrant community is a great support to me and the community. Thanks a lot, Mr. Louis. Thanks also Ms. Lim Choon Choon, Center Manager, Suchi Humanistic Youth Center, who offered us this nice venue for the festival. Thank you, Choon Choon. We are glad that Mr. Edwin Lim, Head of Medicine Service, Department of Suchi Foundation Singapore, joined this festival. With the chosen theme of building back better mental health beyond COVID-19, the festival aims to spread knowledge and information and improve awareness of mental health challenge while promoting healthy practice of mental well-being. Through our curated program, we aim to extend this effort to the wider community and encourage migrants and local alike to look beyond COVID-19 in considering the cases and effects of poor mental health in these communities, and to build a stronger collective difference to psychological stressor and that may arise even as Singapore enter a new normal. Our program today, including a panel discussion with a mental health expert, psychologist, foreign worker, writer and organizer, and NGO representative. It is followed by a storytelling session, open door, and poetry reading session, Carnival of Poetry, featuring both local and migrant storytellers and poets. We also have a yoga session inspired by the online yoga sessions organized by One Bag, One Book during the circuit breaker that was a great help to the lot of migrant workers and domestic helpers. Staying on for the mental health film screen, community workshop and meditation session, and check out the day-long book fair, display everything from mental health related book and anthologies, solo book from different migrant and local writers. We wish to spread the love of writing and reading and promote bonding through literature. The festival is open to an on-site audience of up to 50 people in according with the government's safe management measure, and is also streaming live on Migrant Writers of Singapore Facebook page. Thank you to the MOM team for guiding us. Thank you to the team behind the Mental Health Awareness and Wellbeing Festival and Team Migrant Writers of Singapore, One by One Book, the Suchi Humanistic Youth Center, media, friends, well-wishers, donors, volunteers, and all of you who are present here and streaming live. Thank you for always keep supporting our journey. On behalf of Migrant Writers of Singapore, I would like to invite you to join us on this first ever meaningful mental health awareness and wellbeing festival. Enjoy the festival and take care of your mental health, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zakir. And before we move on, I would like to remind everyone here to maintain social distancing and to have your mask on at all times. Thank you very much. So next up, let's welcome on stage Ms. Lim Choon Choon, Center Manager of Suchi Humanistic Youth Center.
A very good afternoon, Mr. Louis Ng, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Tzu Chi Humanistic Youth Center, and I would like to first thank every one of you for being with us here in this Sunday afternoon for the opening of this meaningful event, the Mental Health Awareness and Wellbeing Festival by Migrant Writers of Singapore, on the theme, Building Back Better, Mental Health Beyond COVID-19. Since last year, every one of us have placed a lot of importance on dealing with our health, our physical health, due to the pandemic. As we build back, trying to cope and fit into the new norm, we've seen an increasing need to step up our attention on mental wellness of everyone beyond the youth. Therefore, mental wellness is one of the youth center's main focus for year 2021. We would like to spark forward-facing conversations about mental health as we tide through uncertain times together. The Youth Center address mental wellness with two-pronged approach, mainly the intervention and the prevention. For intervention, we partnered with Silver Ribbon Singapore to bring free counseling services to the public, regardless of age, in multiple languages. As for prevention, we would like to promote better awareness to reduce the stigma about mental health, where we can better understand about mental wellness, ourselves, and the people around us. We are able to recognize the issue and seek help earlier. Using art as a tool, we hope to reach out to the youth and the public with a more creative approach. So early this year, the center collaborated with a local artist duo, Hani and Nami, to launch a 4-month multimedia arts exhibition, These Connect Threading World, and an art workshop named The Mask of Singapore. Both the exhibitions and the workshop allow the participants to have a lot of self-reflection, inner conversation, and self-exploration throughout the process. Tzu Chi Humanistic Youth Center was launched in November 2019. Our first year is a pandemic year. We function like a crisis center supporting the community needs. During circuit breaker, we gathered 323 volunteers. In 2 months, we sold more than 54,000 masks for the dormitory migrant workers, after which we launched another participatory community arts project named as Stay Home Quilt. In this project, more than 800 local residents and many other communities actually stepped in, inclusive of the dormitories, migrant workers, the domestic helpers, the stranded Malaysian workers, and many more, to come together, solidarity, to express themselves, and to share their COVID story through sewing, and to provide encouragement to each other. It was not easy, but we braved through the crisis as one community. Tzu Chi Humanistic Center would like to do our part to be the platform where different communities come together, make friends, know each other better. I would like to share a Jing Si aphorisms from Master Cheng Lien. Even the tiniest bolt must be screwed on tightly in order to perform its best. If the community is a system, every one of us is one of the tiniest bolt. Building a strong and caring community is a shared responsibility of every individual. Once again, thank you Migrant Writers of Singapore for giving us this opportunity to host this very meaningful event. And to everyone here, enjoy the event and stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lim Choon Choon, honestly. And once again, we would like to thank the Tzu Chi Humanistic Youth Center for supporting this event. And before we welcome our guest of honor, I would like to invite everyone here to subscribe our Migrant Writers of Singapore YouTube channel, and also can follow up our Facebook page and Instagram page at One Bag One Book and Migrant Writers of Singapore. So let us now welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Louis Ng, to present his speech.
Very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to this event. Thank you so much to the Migrant Writers of Singapore for organizing this, for Tzu Chi and One Bag, One Book for supporting this event as well. I think it's quite nice that you arranged it for today. I'm not sure if you realize today is actually SG Clean Day. And it's a day of not just about cleaning, but really a day where this morning all our migrant cleaners, actually all our town council cleaners in Singapore actually had a day to rest. So they didn't need to clean the estate today. The residents and myself, that's why I'm all baked out in the sun to clean. So it's an important day because it's to really remind our residents, fellow Singaporeans, of the work that our cleaners do for us and how much we need to show appreciation. And so, on behalf of all our residents here, I want to thank all our migrant friends for all the hard work that you do for us. As you know, also I've been speaking about this issue in Parliament quite a fair bit. Pushing over the last 6 years on how we can improve our policies, pushing a lot on how we can improve the hardware, so the infrastructure of how, perhaps where the migrant workers stay, the dormitory conditions is something that I've pushed quite hard, and I'm very glad that we've made a lot of progress on the issue. Push a lot also on our software, so our policies, be it off days, electronic payment, and also obviously on mental health as it becomes more and more difficult for our migrant friends. For all of us in Singapore, but I always say, especially our migrant friends who are working very hard in exceptionally difficult conditions, but also working very hard so far from home and from their loved ones. I know that while we are safer in Singapore now, COVID is really raging in other countries, and again, it must not be very easy for them to continue working here while being worried about their loved ones back home. And also, I think the last part really is the important one of pushing the hardware of this nation, and I've been speaking about how we need to remove the labels in our society. So not just about discrimination within Singaporeans, but also about how we can be more inclusive to our migrant friends. So that ultimately we can make sure that Singapore lives by this quote, which I use a lot in Parliament, which is that there is no us or them, only us, one human family connected in ways we sometimes forget. And that's something that we need to push now, on how, again, as Singapore, we can become more inclusive. And I think events like this will help. I'm very glad to be here to support this. I'm sorry I can't stay for the entire day, but I wish you a very good event, and I wish you all the best and take care and stay safe here in Singapore. Thank you.